Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 3, and today we're taking a look at the 1990 Renault Alpine GT8 Le Mans, and this was a limited edition version based on the first gen version of the car, and was built between 1990 in February and February 1991, and only 325 were built. And the differences between this and the standard version is it has a more aggressive body kit with polyester wheel arch extensions and a one-piece front with smaller headlights, and it has 3-piece BBS style wheels. So yeah, it's mainly a visual difference, but being the rarer version, and quite frankly I think it looks better than the standard version with its slight differences. This is a bit more of a sought after vehicle, and yeah, in general I think the car looks great. Side profile, front profile, back profile, everything looks great. Especially like the extensive use of glass, and yeah, especially at the rear canopy, which is where the engine is, because it's a rear engine, rear wheel drive layout vehicle with a 2.5 litre V6 turbocharged engine, producing 197 horsepower and 214 pounds-feet of torque, which isn't all that much, granted, but thanks to the fact it has extensive use of polyester plastics and fiberglass, it only weighs 2,624 pounds, which is extremely light for a car that has a boot, has 4 seats, it has the engine at the back, quite a substantially large engine as well, with turbocharger on all that, and the fact it has really rather wide wheels at the back means that despite all of that, it's still a really well over lightweight car. And it has all the creature comforts inside as well that you'd expect from a car from 1990. So it's got electric windows, it's got aircon, it's got a stereo, and weird French bits like the handbrake on the left, and aircon and electric windows in the middle. But yeah, it's all there that you'd expect from a car of that time. Obviously, it's no Mercedes S-Class, which everything you could ever ask for. But you know, for a French car from 1990, it's not exactly awful in here. And yeah, it's got clear dials, it's got plenty of visibility as well, and the fact it's practical as well is a big bonus as well, as far as I'm concerned, because this is a large car, and yeah, it doesn't weigh all that much, but it's also practical at the same time, so there's really no downside at all. And the fact that it looks really good as well is another good thing. And yeah, the engine in this is actually the PRV V6, which was used in a whole host of vehicles for a very long time. Actually, it was used in the likes of the DeLorean, the Renault Espace, various Volvos and Peugeots, other Renaults as well, all Venturi models as well, which was the only other French supercar builder outside of Bugatti. And yeah, it's obviously an engine that's able to be used in a wide variety of vehicles, because obviously this is a sports car, but it was also used in saloons, and it was used in people carriers. So yeah, it's a solid engine, and this is a car that is not only unique in the way it looks and how it has its engine and engineering layout in general, but in also how it drives. So let's go out there and see what it can do. So let's see what this French sports car can do. As you can see, even though it doesn't have all that much horsepower, it's still not too shabby in terms of acceleration, and it's really rather punchy as well, thanks to the relatively good amount of torque that it has. And speaking of acceleration, it can do 0 to 60 in 6.9 seconds, and 0 to 118 seconds, and going to a top speed of 160 miles an hour, which I know is a high amount for a car that doesn't have all that much horsepower, but it's primarily down to the fact it's really rather aerodynamic for a vehicle of its time. In fact, the non-turbo version of this car had a drag coefficient of 0.28, which was world leading at the time, I think. So yeah, that's primarily down why it's so quick in terms of top speed, which more than makes up for the slightly average acceleration. And yeah, it's also fun to drive at low speeds, thanks to the fact it does have those wide tyres at the back, and the engine's on the rear as well, giving it additional grip. It's really rather hangs in on there at low speeds, but when you start to push it like that, it oversteers. But it oversteers in a predictable and really rather easy to handle way, which means you can have real fun with it without being scared shitless, should I say, of the car snapping back or, you know, completely losing control and spinning out like you would in, say, a Porsche 911 from the time. It's so easy and so manageable to control, which doesn't make it boring either. You'd think it would, but it just doesn't, because it means you can enjoy the slide while doing it, rather than being scared out your mind and then enjoying it afterwards. And yeah, the tyres are 255 at the back and 205 at the front, which is why, you know, it has so much grip at the rear end. And it also obviously has all the weight at the back. It's 61% bias in terms of weight to the rear, which makes it one of the lowest front end weight percentages on the game, 39%. So yeah, this is a really rather unique and really rather fun car to drive, which is all I really ask from a car, quite frankly. And yeah, this fulfills both areas to the max as far as I'm concerned. Plus the engine sounds great, I love the look of it, I like the fact that it's such a practical car, and yet it weighs really rather nothing, quite frankly, for a car of this size. And yeah, makes me really respect the car, and that's one reason out of many why this is my favourite car from the car pack. I'm not going to say it's my favourite by a large margin, it's only ever just, but it's my favourite nonetheless, and one reason why I highly recommend the car pack. And I hope that they put more cars like this in the game, either more Renault Alpines or more French cars in general, because there really is not enough of classic French cars in this game, or in other Forza games, quite frankly. So I hope they make up for it in some way, because they've got part of the way there just by this car, because I love it, and I've wanted a Renault Alpine outside of the A110 for a very long time, and this more than satisfies. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.